Back's screwed, but I'm screwed on bloody falling apart, I tell you. Mate, how you been?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Been pretty good.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time Jake and I have actually been able to personally catch up in the year 2018. So, mate, here's to good things.
Sure.
Good things coming in the new year. So, yeah, we're catching up as far as walk the talk, and lots of things happening with the website, and a bit brain fried. So we thought we'd have a sit down and a bit of a chat about what's planning both personally and in business. So I actually haven't had the opportunity for a while, because Jake and I are long-standing training partners as well, but about Jake's food and training, he's growing every time I bloody see him. So, mate, first of all, it smells pretty damn good.
Yeah.
What do we got in here for those who are watching? Obviously, everyone's always asking us the question about what we're digging into and why we can sort of keep on the flexible dieting wagon pretty easy. So what do you got there, Joe?
Cooked this up this morning. Literally took probably 15 minutes. Chucked my chicken in the oven, so roast chicken with some spices and herbs on top.
Oh, very
and
nice.
then at the same time,
Can
had
cook.
my rice in the microwave.
Yep.
So 13 minutes, and that was done.
Yep.
And then I've just got hummus and a bit of homemade chili on top with some veggies as well.
Is that compliments to Shane?
Oh yes,
Yep.
thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shout out, you've got us both hooked on the chili train. So
Very
that's bloody
Thank you,
fantastic.
Shane. Really good. So yeah, nice easy meal to cook up. It tastes really good. It doesn't sound very nice, chicken and rice, but you put that hummus, chili, herbs and spices on there. Doesn't mess with your macros either.
Yeah.
Putting them spices and the chili on there. And then yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, nice. What are your macros at the moment?
I'm at 380, but if I surf, 380 carbs, but if I surf, I go 400, so a little bit more when I'm surfing. And then my protein's sitting at 230 grams, and fats are at 80.
Yep,
at
cool.
the moment.
So pretty decent.
Yeah.
Training wise, I get to see as much as what you guys do at the moment, because obviously I'm post-op, and Jake and I have had a break from each other for a while training wise. But what's the training schedule like? Are you training nearly every day, or?
At the moment, yeah, 5-6 times a week at the moment, and then yeah, plenty of surfing as well.
Yeah.
I basically got written on my whiteboard my big compound movements that I want to hit, so, and the numbers and the rep range. So this afternoon or tonight, for example, I've got written on my board I need to hit 142.5 for squats, 8 reps times 5, and I've got it written on there for my bench press and then deadlifts as well. So I've got to hit them numbers for them, and then the rest I incorporate isolation movements and stuff to finish the workouts off. So focus is on the compound movements and hitting them numbers. So.
And for those of you who didn't know, I mean, you've probably seen the transformation with Jake. When I first met him, he probably resembled something like a pencil, whereas now results speak for itself. But I think, what would you say? Compound and volume's been absolute key.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, food, etc. But training on the training aspect, would you say that's been a key component?
Definitely, like them compound movements for sure, and then volume in there as well. Consistency, but consistently training hard, because I went a long time without getting anywhere, and yeah, you really have to. That's why I write things down. So next week I'll look what I've done tonight, and then I'm going to increase that weight and make sure I beat it. Otherwise, you can easily just plateau and go backwards if you're not keeping track of the weights you're lifting and stuff.
The old saying, what's use playing game without keeping score, sort of thing. I mean, we're always competitive, regardless whether we say we are or not. But if you've got numbers to hit, sort of thing. So do you write that in your phone, or do you?
This is on my whiteboard at home.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I've got it up there.
But when you're training, do you jot everything down?
No, I just have a look at it
Yep.
before I go into training.
Yep.
And then I know what it is.
Good memory.
I'm scared to do squats at that weight, so
Yep.
it's in my head, so I don't need to write it down. But I found the whiteboard displayed up there is the best for me, just because I see it when I walk into my room every day. And if I write it in notes, I've tried it before, I just sort of forget about it.
Yeah.
But when it's up there, it's worked better for me doing it that way.
This is probably something both Jake and I have discussed in the past as well, is when you're starting to lift those sort of poundages consistently, and it is just taking an absolute flogging on the body. It's either if you feel good, you've been hit by a car in the mornings when you wake up, but if you feel bad, you feel like you've been hit by a bus and then run over by a train, sort of thing. It's consistent. But look, going back, like mental toughness, and backing yourself and not having any doubts as far as when you're going in under that bar or you're in the squat rack or you're deadlifting or you're benching and you're hitting some big numbers. What would you say the importance level of mental toughness and backing yourself and that sort of mind frame when you're in there and on that gym floor? How important is that over and above, your training volume and your consistency?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't back themselves when it comes to this sort of things. How has that sort of stepped up next level for you?
Yeah, definitely. Especially, training with you, obviously you don't really have a choice sometimes. But then you build that mental toughness, and it's what you're thinking about before you do them heavy lifts that are going to get you through it, because you can do it, but you might feel like pretty rubbish that morning, and it's just what goes through your head. So just pick a few goals and make sure you want them, and then think about them over and over again, and find a training buddy or someone you can talk to that keeps you accountable. So I'm flicking Adam's videos of me lifting, he's flicking me videos, so it's a bit of a competition going. So and then you see all the boys in the gym as well. So yeah,
absolutely. And the amount of, like, touching on that as well, the amount of times Jake and I had walked into the gym and felt rubbish, and within 20 minutes you're all good to go, sort of thing. But I think the days you actually walk into the gym going, I'm feeling good, they're the days you actually don't have a good session. Yeah. So that's from definitely from my experience. But it's as soon as you start doubting yourself because you're feeling a little bit rubbish, that you forget about it. Yeah. So I think 100% backing yourself and having that level of mental toughness. And Jake has probably broken half of the young fellows on the sunny coast that have tried to train with him reasonably recent as well, because they can't keep up with the amount of volume and intensity over time. There's been a few guys that you've torn in half.
Yeah, it's been good fun. No, it's been awesome. But if we're going to go in there, just want to make sure we get the job done properly, I guess.
Exactly.
Don't waste our time. So
beautiful.
It's been good fun.
And a little bit about obviously it's just good. Jake's always motivated me from day dot, and it's been hard not training together as far as just really beefing things up and progressing very quickly, but it's also been good sort of getting a bit of variation, but no doubt we'll find our time and routine once again. But for me, I think it's 8 or 9 weeks post-op, had a hernia op, and obviously that was a bit of a mental mind game for me. 2 steps backwards, 3 steps forward sort of scenario with that, but I'm nearly up to full pelt as far as strength is concerned. A little bit of back niggles and injuries here and there, but nothing too major as far as that's concerned. But metabolically, Jake and I are always asking each other about what macros we're able to keep and maintain, and maintain a good level of body fat at the same time. But I think I'm on about, I know, about 280 protein, 90 fats and 450 carbs that I'm up to now. For me, it's my turn now this year. I had the absolutely fantastic experience being there beside Jake when he competed for the first time on stage. So April, it all starts for me as far as comp prep, and it goes all the way through to October, November. So it's a very long prep as far as that's concerned. They're going to be the old concrete legs, but training as well. I think Jake and I really set some firm foundations in relation to volume training. We thought we trained hard 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago. It just keeps getting harder and more intense, just to when you think you can't go any further, you continually push the mental boundaries and your body's limits, hence why you can get these little niggles here and there. But I think consistency, you guys are going to hear that word pop up all the time for us as far as when we're mentoring clients or providing any sort of advice. But I think Jake hit the nail on the head before as far as volume. Like, volume is key, and I thought, the 2 to 3 sets back in the past, and
that's including warm-ups.
Yeah, including warm-ups. Whereas now it's just, everyone's individual. Everyone gets different responses throughout training, but by far the king is volume, and really backing yourself under heavy load and making sure there's no element of doubt creeping in whatsoever because you've lost already, if that's the case. finding a training buddy, that was the best thing that I'd ever done as far as finding Jake and being able to push things far beyond I ever would have thought imaginable, and obviously to where we've sort of set ourselves up metabolically and physically now, where we've just got so many tools in the tool belt, which we keep on, not that I even...
Yeah, Chrissy period, manipulating macros, that's
Yes.
a whole nother subject, but
Yes, we
being
look
able
forward
to
to
use
it.
them tools, get through Chrissy and come out on the other side lean on high
What-
food.
Did you put on weight, or did you stay the same?
I stayed the same.
Stayed the same. So we both come out relatively unscathed, I'd say, probably for the first time.
If you weighed me Christmas night, it's a different story.
Yes.
But 3-4 days later,
Yep.
yeah, you come back to where you were if you can, sort of set yourself up for that. But that's a new topic. But one thing I wanted to ask you, Adam, was how you dealt with going through your op, because I've had a couple clients that have been through it and then just lost all progress and just struggled to get back into it. Their food went downhill. So what was it for you that kept you sane?
I'm glad Jake actually asked this one. It was a mental mind F up. I was struggling bad, but to the point where people are always asking me, Adam, how you going? How you going? I said, yeah, I'm good. No one likes ever hearing anyone complain, but basically I knew that I had a macro goal, and I knew that within a certain period of time, once I got the green light with being able to progress with exercise, my body would change and adapt, and the rebound effect, which it always has, whether I've got injured or I've been out for any particular reason or holidays. Every time I've come back, I've known that I've had this huge rebound effect where rest has actually done me the world of good, and that always just sat in the back of my mind, that I know that I'd always surpassed anything, whether I'd been injured in the past or got away from holidays, in a very short period of time. When I get back on the training paddock, it's like I've just recharged the batteries once again. So it was hard, it was tough. There was a lot of mind battles going from everything. Like, we were full throttle, Jake and I, absolute pedal to the floor training, going to nothing. Like, I couldn't do anything, and watching these boys just continue their training. So I knew that there was a limitation of time frame where I'd be out of action. Food, my food had to be decreased on a considerable level, because obviously my activity levels and metabolically had slowed down quite a lot. But I think eyes on the prize, thinking macro, and knowing that this year, April being D-Day, was a huge thing in the back of my mind, and throwing in the towel wouldn't have done me any favours and probably set me back even further. So I think for me it was looking at the pros and cons, and especially just keeping my my head strong and having some good support circles. And obviously if I needed to vent or get anything out, there was always people around me that were there to listen. Not that I really had much to complain about. I still had 2 arms and 2 legs and my health. But I knew once I had the op done and everything like that, things would only get better from there. So yeah, it's a tough one, but sometimes you just got to go that little bit backwards before you move forward again. So that, it definitely hit home hard. Another learning lesson, but I take valuable things away from that little period as well. So
it's good. You just stuck with your macros. You ate well still. You didn't just let it go backwards.
And as soon as I could walk and that sort of thing, so the times that I'd normally train, I'd go just do a light walk and just kept routine. Kept my meal prep, that sort of thing. Once you lose that, things can go sour very quickly. It's the same when Jake and I talk to clients about people have had big nights or social events and they don't train within days after it. It just snowballs very, very quickly after that. So, but yeah,
awesome.
And walk the talk. I mean, Jake, we got some pretty cool things happening with the walk the talk fitness. How cool is that for a website? So yeah, it's been some.
That's coming along well now. Should be able to release that to everyone the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think we're
going on it now. So
going cross-eyed. We've been behind the computer for quite some time already, but I think putting our years of mistakes and successes on this online platform, which we're pretty damn excited about.
So it's looking good. Looking forward to sharing it with everyone.
Yeah. So everything from food to us right now to our YouTube channel, we're going to be doing a lot more through there. MyFitnessPal, for those who are still having issues with that, manipulating macros for alcohol or certain social events.
Yep.
The list goes on. So really looking forward to releasing that platform and obviously doing it with my really good mate and partner here at Walk the Talk, and wanting to absolutely share our kick-ass year in training, physically, mentally, and we've got a lot of great things happening in the next 6 to 12 months. So bring it on.
Yeah. Happy New Year to everyone. And yeah, any questions at all, just hit us up, health and fitness related, and yeah, be happy to get back to you.
Absolutely. On walkthetalk.fitness, there's a contact us button. You can click that through and the emails come straight through to us. So Happy New Year, guys. Keep on. Don't be a statistic. I think I just put it on.
Yeah.
8% of people stick to their New Year's resolutions. So don't be one of the ones that don't. Don't be a part of the statistics. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.